your own personal opinion, your personal brand. So use AI if you must. Use it to Google your brain. Use it to draft snippets. But then the result must be your signature.
Welcome to Influence Unlock, a candid conversation series with B2B thought leaders who are building an industry voice that is honest, thought-provoking, and impactful.
Hello, I'm Pauline, co-founder of Influence, a B2B marketing consultancy.
Most companies don't have an AI problem. It's implementation. So anyone can buy a tool, but very few people know how to build something meaningful with it.
My guest today is one of those people. 2 decades driving tech innovation in large tech enterprises, he made a career out of making AI practical, approachable, and useful. Let's welcome Uli Hitzel to this episode of Influence Unlock. So welcome, Uli.
Hi, Pauline.
Nice to have you here.
Great to be here.
So I always think that you're synonymous with AI. In a world where machines can produce ideas, language, and art at scale, what remains uniquely human, and why does that still matter?
What makes us human? If somebody can just put a, Suno, for example, the music engine. You put you put a coin in there, say, make me a song about Singapore, and then 10 seconds later you hear a song. Then you put this on Spotify, this is my song.
Yep.
That's kind of cheating, right? But even people who are, let's say you are a real musician, you have a track record of creating music. Maybe you're a TV author, maybe you're a journalist, right? So you actually have the credibility. But now AI is maybe not taking your job, but it's having people question your credibility. Did she really write that song herself, or is it just like a slot machine, right?
Like, are you really that talented,
Yeah.
or was it
Yeah.
AI who's doing everything for you?
But
right?
again, your real question is about what makes us human and what
Yeah.
makes you a thought leader, where you're not just saying, some people seem to have these Canva templates when a new language model drops, and I always hate this word. They probably have a Canva template ready. XYZ is insane. And when a new model drops, they just copy paste this in. This is influencer in a way, but it's like people who are just playing in the same circus found a new tent. It's not about being credible. And I think that's the new currency. But the human part is really your own personal opinion, your personal brand. So use AI if you must. Use it to Google your brain. Use it to draft snippets. But then the result must be your signature.
Yep.
You
It
must
should
be able,
uniquely yours.
yeah, and you must be able to defend it. It's not just, AI produced this and you pass it off as your own thing. You must be able to proofread it. You must be able to have, if I ask you over a coffee, what's in the report, and you can't even say that, that's probably not so good. Right? Previously, if you give me a 50 pages report, that's very impressive. Now it's suspicious. Right? If you are able to condense it into 2 paragraphs and say, my name is Pauline, this is my opinion, that's strong. If you produce volume just to look credible, that's not good anymore. To be honest, you have people who have 3 bullet points,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then they go to, let's not always, I always bash ChatGPT, and I really shouldn't. They go to their preferred AI tool and say, turn this into a 2 pages document. And the person receiving it, I've got this 2 pages document, I have no time to read. Can you just give me 3 bullet points?
And back again.
Yeah. So actually, I would actually prefer if the 2 humans just spoke on the phone with each other and say, hey, can we do X, Y, Z?
If you could press the pause button on how AI is being rolled out today, what would it be, and why specifically?
Okay, well, there's obviously lots of crazy development on the model side. It's the new season again, there's so many models coming out. That's one thing, but I think it's not just about the pause button. Maybe we need to take things a little slower. We talk a lot about the impact of AI on the job market. You've seen that some companies are starting to replace salaries with silicon, basically, right? I think there's a lot of questions that we need to answer. So I would say there's a lot of people who know AI really well, but they don't know much about governance or regulatory frameworks, policy making. There's obviously a lot of people who know about this, but they are not exactly AI experts. So we should come to the table. I think there was like 2 years ago where there was a memorandum that people signed to say we need to bring something like a Davos convention together where we talk about how do we deal with this as a global society, and that hasn't really been answered yet.
In a world flooded with AI content, right, that can be created in seconds, influence is getting, decentralized. So as a creator, how do you ensure that, your point of view, your content doesn't get flattened by the algorithms?
For me, I think the short answer is have something interesting to say. Say it in your own words. Obviously, and that's where the insights, the metrics help, see which posts landed successfully and try to reflect on those, but don't take it for granted just because it worked last year. May not work the same way anymore. It sounds very simple. Be interesting, be yourself. So obviously if you write something that's too salesy or that's just a bland promotion for something, the algorithm will make sure people don't really see it. If you're able to put your signature under it, says this is really my opinion. I didn't just copy paste this from someone. I didn't just use AI and pass it on as my own content. Even I don't fully understand what that means.
What is your creative process like? Does your technical background makes it easier for you to brainstorm for idea, or do you tend to overanalyze that, the content strategy?
That's a fun question. Well, I like, jokingly, I always like to say that I'm like 80% technical and 80% marketing.
How do you get 80 and 80?
Well, it doesn't have to be logical, right? I mean, I'm obviously very blessed, especially when we talk about AI, because I'm both a writer and a tech guy. That means when it comes to AI, I can almost do POCs in my head. When it comes to writing or the creative process, I obviously have the benefit that I can also build my own AI toolset and move on from the Playmobil version that everybody has. The creative process is probably different for everyone. I get a lot of ideas from walking, right? There is an old Greek school that preached that you should take walks and that it gives you ideas when you talk. Works for me. So I walk a lot along East Coast Park. I take my phone, I voice record ideas. I even feed them into one of my AI assistants who remember that. Because when I walk, I'm not in a writing mode, I'm in a thinking, spinning ideas around mode, rambling mode, as Aaron would say. And then later I say, you know what, I was having this idea the other day. And then suddenly I'm at my desk and I'm in writing mode. And then I can edit this idea. And then I use multiple AI tools. AI tools is actually not a good word. AI assistants that I built. One of them is called Blunt, and this guy's really brutal. He's basically trained to tear my drafts into pieces, and he will say, "This is a platitude. You can't say this. People will call you up for this kind of things." And then sometimes I need a drink after this because it's very tough, but it pushes back on me. Right? The typical AI assistant will say, "That's the best idea ever. You should totally prepare for your Nobel Prize acceptance speech," when it's just a mediocre idea. So you see this, right? Walking, I mean, it doesn't always work like this. Sometimes I get inspired by conversations, by something somebody else. Actually, that's something that happens a lot. I read something on LinkedIn, it sits with me for a day. But I typically voice record ideas when I walk. I use my AI assistants to refine it. I have it sitting somewhere in a Google Doc. And when the time is right, I pull it out, say, I think today would be a good time to post it. So I definitely don't have a content pipeline or anything like this.
So whatever that comes to mind that inspires you.
Obviously, we have businesses to promote. We run events with Electric Minds. I want to use LinkedIn also to get insights, to tap into my network for ideas. It's not just about posting everything, but it's really that combination, I think, that feeds back into my process, how to do it better next time and how to constantly adapt. Because just it worked last year doesn't mean it works the same anymore this year.
So I have a fun question for you, Uli. If
Okay.
you're not in tech, what will you be?
Okay, well, as you know, I've always loved writing. I loved going to high school because besides being in the choir, I worked for the school paper. Right? So that's also some sort of information technology because I like typography, I like writing. I know it's also not a much sought after skill today with AI taking all these writing jobs, but I think I would be a writer. But what about you? If you are not in marketing and comms, what would you do?
I think I'll be a dancer.
A dancer, a ballerina,
No, a ballroom dancer.
a ballroom dancer.
That's Influence Unlocked. Thanks to Uli for joining our conversation today, and see you in the next episode.
See you.